July 15th is St Swithin's Day. Legend has it, today's weather will keep going for the next 40 days. And boy, do we need the rain to continue. England has had its driest start to the year since 1976.
Normally, you know, the river would be up here. This is where the fishing stations are, and you can see how low it is.
Yeah.
And the water's very warm. I think someone took a reading of 19 degrees.
That's left oxygen levels in the Trent so low, anglers don't think fish will survive the stress of being caught, so have stopped fishing the river.
In your 50 years of fishing, have you seen all the clubs take action together like this before?
I haven't, no.
Despite today's rain, East and West Midlands have officially been classified as in drought, joining Yorkshire, Cumbria, Lancashire, Greater Manchester, Merseyside and Cheshire. Parts of East Anglia, Thames, Lincolnshire and Northamptonshire have been upgraded to join most of the rest of the country in the next most severe category.
We need to stop talking about these being extreme weather events and start to accept that because of climate change, things like this are going to be more normal. So as for whether more companies will introduce temporary use bans, that really genuinely depends on what happens with the weather over the next few months.
Existing temporary use, better known as hosepipe bans, don't exactly match drought areas because of variables including storage and supply. But more restrictions are expected to be announced soon. Today, the Environment Agency has been rescuing wildlife from the dried-up River Derwent. It's up to them to juggle pressure from all sides. Gardeners, for example, want to water their plants, whilst farmers need to irrigate crops, which are heading for a poor harvest.
Well, it's really important for the Environment Agency to strike that balance between what people need and what the environment need, and that's what we're focusing on throughout this drought period.
A few St Swithin's Day showers are a drop in the ocean. To guarantee stores don't run dry, we'll need more rain and more restraint.
Well, Martin's by the River Trent in Nottingham today. Yesterday, Martin, the Met Office was saying this sort of weather, these conditions are only going to get more common. So how on earth are we going to cope in the future?
Yeah, we'll be potentially heading towards a really big problem. The forecast is in 30 years' time, we'll have a shortfall of 6 billion litres of water every single day. And part of the problem is, as rain falls, it falls in shorter, sharper bursts onto often built-up land. It washes into rivers like this one, straight out to sea. So what we need to do is to capture it and store it in things like reservoirs. But guess what? In the last 30 years, we haven't built a single one. 10 are now under construction, but even when they're built in the next 10 years or so, we'll still only have a quarter of the number that they have in Spain. Look at another hot country, Cyprus. They reuse 97% of their wastewater in urban areas. In this country, where we rely on drinking quality water for things like flushing the loo, we only reuse 0.1%. As our climate warms, we are going to have to start learning lessons from these hotter countries who are used to dealing with it.